Hey, Jordan, I guess just first of all, take us through the process of you coming to Columbia and what ultimately sold you on coming and committing to South Carolina after you entered the portal.
The process, it was really it wasn't a stressful process. I mean, last year doing what I did, I had entered the portal. A lot of schools came after me. I felt like coming to Carolina was the best fit for me. Uh, I wanted to challenge myself. Me and my family wanted to challenge and see what I could do at this stage and this level of football. I felt like I did everything I was going to do at the level I was and the school I was at. And I wanted to play big time football not too far from home. So yeah.
Other questions? Colin Taylor again.
Jordan, you're one of the few guys on this roster that was recruited by this staff, by Coach Beamer. Just what are they like as recruiters, and what's the personality like as they're trying to get you to commit and come to South Carolina?
Getting me to commit to South Carolina, like I said, it was really well. Coach Beamer and them are great. The staff's great. I feel like Coach Beamer's a really personable coach. He does care about what we can do on the field, but as well as not only as much as on that side, he also cares about us as people and not much more what we can do for him. So that was a big thing for me because there's a lot of coaches out here that really don't really care about the players as much as what we can do for them. So that stood out to me as well as coming to play for Mike Peterson. I wanted to come play for Coach P. He's one of the best in the business. He's played a lot of football in the NFL, and that's somewhere I want to get one day. So that took into my decision as well as not being far from home.
Helmer Granahan.
Jordan, if you can even remember, since it's been a few months, what all schools reached out to you after you hit the portal? Who all did you hear from?
Whole bunch of schools. Like you want me to name them out, or it doesn't really matter.
Mind, but anyway, so when you're last season and you're getting all those sacks and you're getting towards the top of the list in the country, are you and your teammates, are you following along with what you're doing? Did you pay much attention to that in the moment? And what was it like when everything was done with the season and you see your name up there leading the country in sacks? What's that like?
I didn't too much pay attention to it because I knew I would become complacent in some way. But I mean, I put in a lot of work. I didn't expect anything less. I actually felt like I should have got a whole lot more sacks. I left a lot out on the field. But I put in a lot of work, countless hours, a lot of film. And I honestly feel like that my work was going to show off. And eventually, towards the end of the season, seeing your name up there is something to be proud of because of the work that it took to get you there and actually going out there and making it happen. So that's something I was happy for.
And you obviously played a bunch of different positions in high school. And when you got to Georgia State, you grew a good bit and changed positions. What was that process like in developing and coming into your own as an outside linebacker, defensive end type of guy?
That was a very fun process. I came in as a safety at Georgia State, and at a school like Georgia State, they don't really carry probably like a big safety, a bigger guy, being in the conference that they're in. So I eventually ended up getting moved down to linebacker. But not only when I was at safety, I learned a lot. I had a great safety coach. He taught me a lot about the game, got my feet right, got a lot of things that I needed to work on coming out of high school a lot better. And I just translated that over to the outside linebacker position. I feel like that made me a complete player as far as a lot of different things I could do at my size. So yeah.
Dick, you muted yourself, I think.
Yes. I'm sorry. Quick question right here, too. How do you see with your talent and your skills being able to excel in this defensive scheme?
Really the same way, same thing I did last year. I'm going to go 110% every snap. That's really what it's about, effort. But then outside of effort as well as working and on your craft and being the best you could be at your craft, this defense allows guys to be best at what they do and what they can do. And I feel like that's going to help everyone excel up front, second level, and the third level. So we're going to have a great defense this year.
Eric Boynton.
Yeah, Jordan, how much did the Carolina connections at Georgia State in Coach Elliott and Coach Steph maybe selling you in USC, or what kind of influence did they maybe have on your decision?
They had no influence. I mean, obviously they didn't want to lose a player like me. I mean, what came into me, like I said, coming here, like for me personally, I wanted to be a great player. Even though I did what I did at Georgia State, it's a lot of places I feel like that I can improve as far as my weight. I wanted to get my weight up. I've done that here successfully so far. And I feel like nutrition and not being far from home, like I'm not too far from home, and I get to play big time football in the SEC. So this was the best fit for me.
You've had a pretty unique and long journey to get to the SEC. I mean, I guess you had to walk on at Georgia State, redshirted your first year. You had the knee injury in 2019. Are you kind of pinching yourself at times? You know, thinking, is this real? Is this reality that with all I've come through, I'm now a scholarship player in the SEC?
Yes, sir, man. It's been a journey. Coming out of high school, you know, I had some offers. I think my first offer was from like Vanderbilt. And I got a few other offers, ended up getting hurt my senior year, wasn't able to finish out the season, ended up losing a lot of offers. And Georgia State gave me the opportunity to come walk on. I redshirted my first year. After that, ended up earning a scholarship. Started my freshman year, came back my redshirt sophomore year, tore my ACL in the first game against Tennessee. And then after that, came back last year and be able to do what I did. It was just a blessing. I feel like God was really trying to show something in my life, show something that I was missing. And I was able to put all the pieces together last year and be able to do what I did. And it's a fun thing to watch. It's a great story. It's a whole lot more to that story. We could be talking here all day about it. But to be here now, man, it's a blessing playing in the SEC, the biggest stage against the best talent, against some of the best teams the country has to offer. So, man, it's a blessing.
Just to follow up, you said there's a lot more to this story that we don't know. What are maybe some of the high points there that you could share with us? Some of the other parts of your journey that you just said there's a lot more to your story than what we just talked to you about right now.
I mean, just going through those journeys, just a lot of feelings, emotions, things that I had to deal with personally that I had to overcome. And to be here, standing here today, talking to you guys, this is just a blessing.
Hill.
Yeah, Bryson Allen Williams is a guy that folks around here are familiar with. What's he like as a coach? So we know him as a player and all that, but what was he like as a coach and getting to work with him during your time in Atlanta?
Can you repeat that name one more time?
Bryson Allen Williams.
Oh, Bryson Allen Williams. Oh yeah, Bryson, man, he mentored me a lot, helped me a lot. Like I remember every day after practice, like I was out there getting extra work in, always doing the extra things, giving me great advice on how to do stuff. It's a lot of nuances and little things that I didn't know about pass rush that he taught me, as well as my other coach, Coach Robinson, that coached D-line at Georgia State. He taught me a whole lot as well, and I would break down film every week with Coach Robinson about the quarterbacks and the O-line and what we got to do this week, and all those things helped me improve last year. So, yeah.
Wes Mitchell.
Hey, Jordan, I know you said you went to Georgia State sort of as a safety at first and you put on weight. Can you sort of take us through what that's been like to put on that much weight and maybe what you played at last year, what you're at right now, and sort of then what's your goal to maybe play at this year as far as your weight and strength and size goes?
So last year I probably played around 215, 220. And then I knew for me, like wanting to get to the next level, like I mean it was good thing playing at Georgia State, but I know for me going to the next level, I'm gonna have to put on a whole bunch more weight, and I didn't want to chance that and not be able to not put on that weight. So I wanted to come to a program that could put weight on me. I think what I've been here 3.5 months, maybe 4 months, and I've gained almost 25 plus pounds. I'm 236 now. So it's just been a blessing, man. I knew, me and my family knew what we wanted to do, what it was going to take for me to get to that next level, and also for me to thrive at this level. I'm not going to be the same product I was last year. That's why I knew I had to come here and work on things and get coached by the best. Like I said, Mike P. He's going to improve my game a whole lot, and I'm just ready.
Colin Taylor?
Jordan, a lot of guys have talked in media availabilities about how aggressive this defense wants to be. As a guy that's on the defensive line and as a pass rusher, what does that look like for you, and how excited are you for the potential of being as aggressive as you guys want to be?
It looks good. Like I said, we're gonna have a lot of opportunities to, as individual players, to do what we're best at, and collectively, that's gonna make us a great defense. A lot of guys talking about it's aggressive. It is aggressive. You're gonna let us, like Jabari said, pin our ears back and let us go. And sometimes that's just the best thing players like to do. You don't like to really be held with constraints, or like to be told, oh, you got to do this for open this up, or you got to stay right here on this play. You could just be able to go back and go do your thing.
Is there a trick to putting on 25 pounds as well? Any food you have to eat, or is it just as much good weight as you can put on?
I mean, there's no trick. I mean, Carolina, I knew that they had one of the best nutritional programs. Like, it's truly a blessing being here. We get fed 3-4 times a day. You got breakfast before practice, before meetings. Like, not a lot of teams have that and programs have that. You got your lunch after everything we do. After everything we do, we're eating. And that goes to Miss Kristen and her staff. I remember telling Kristen when I committed here, like, we gonna be best friends. Like, this is one of the big reasons why I wanted to come here. So, yeah, man, there's no trick to it. It's just a great program.
Eric Boynton.
Jordan, I know you haven't had a chance to be around him for only a couple of months now, but just as far as your few interactions, seeing him on the field and then being off the field in workouts or meetings, just your early impressions here of Debo Williams. He seems like a pretty colorful character and a guy who loves the physical part of football.
Nah, I remember me and Debo starting out, we were roommates. It was me, Debo, Amari Brown, and David Spalding. And I remember when I was first coming in here, I'm listening to something early in the morning. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the heck, what's going on? This kid's getting up, going to workout before workouts even starts. And me being a guy that loves doing extra stuff, extra workouts, he just shocked me like, wow, this kid's this young. Already locked in. He already knows what he wants in life. He knows how to get there, and he's doing it, man. He's a great kid. He's going to do a lot of big things for this program.
So you're no longer roommates then? Did they kind of did the coaching staff reshuffle the housing assignments and such?
Yeah, Debo just wanted a little bigger room, so he went up to the different floor where the 2-bedroom, and he had got him a little spacious room.